Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. It is definitely good to see all of you guys here on this day after New Comic Book Day, also known as Cinco de Mayo. I don't know about you guys, but this weekend has just been crazy for me. It has gone so unbelievably fast that I find myself here on Sunday night wondering what happens to the weekend. But I have to be honest. I think everybody out there knows that I'm a father, and I had one of the most amazing dad moments this weekend. My wife, who was a wonderful person, went out and picked up for my son a soccer ball and for Easter. And literally every day since he got this soccer ball, he is like, Dad, you want to play ball? Dad, you want to play ball? So I find myself in the backyard a lot kicking this ball. And my wife and I have these discussions about, okay, so what are we going to do now? Right. So we had a discussion. We decided to put him in soccer. So he is 2 classes behind, but we enrolled him in soccer. His first game was on Saturday. And I was a proud dad on the sideline at various points, tempted to run out on the field. And my wife was like, we are not going to be those parents. We are not going to yell from the sideline and run out there. But I was excited for him. There is nothing greater than seeing your child happy about something and be excited. It makes you excited, you know? And he did remarkably well. He was dribbling, he was power kicking, he was having fun. And at the end, when it all wrapped up, he runs over, he jumps in my lap and he's like, Dad, water. And it's one of those moments that, you know, before you have kids, if you have kids, that at least for me, I thought about as like, if I could have everything, I would want this. And what I realized was that was one of those moments, one of those great pleasures in life that if you're not paying attention can get away from you. And it was fantastic. And his next game is this coming Saturday. So I'm definitely pumped about that. Hopefully I'll be in better control of myself, but it was just a proud dad moment. So a couple of people are saying, a couple of people here played soccer growing up. Rush says he got his beer ready in hand. So I want to welcome you guys to the Ready, Set, Go preview show. This is essentially where I'm going to give you guys a preview as to what is going to happen from the channel this week. And then we're also going to do not one, but we are going to do 2 giveaways today. We are going to show you guys what this upcoming week's giveaway is going to be. So we have a lot of stuff that we want to get to. But before I get to any of that stuff, I want to say hello to the comic book soldiers that are here in the room. Comic Book Collection is here. He just sent me a message a short while ago. I guess Ryan Otley is out at Amazing Spider-Man, and there's a new guy. I think his name was Patrick or something like that. So I need to familiarize myself with this art to see if this is going to be an okay transition for me. I posted on the guy's page. This title and this character are near and dear to my heart. I wish you well in your endeavors. Because it's a switch out, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Rayafella is here. Rated R is here. Musher is in the house. How you doing, brother? Donald is here. Who else is here? Joa is here. Sean is in the house. James, Johnny Future, how you doing, brother? Harvey Abel is in the house. It's good to see you as always. Brian is here. Teeth Slapper, welcome to you with that fantastic name. Randy is here at work typing, brother. Do not get caught. Chaos Lord is in the house, and Antonio is here. It is definitely good to see all of you guys. And someone asked me if I read Deceased. I read Deceased last night around midnight, and Deceased is good. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Deceased is good. I had already watched a video on the book before I got the book. I read the book and I still enjoyed the book. The artwork, I think there's 2 artists that work on it. One person did the beginning and the end, and then someone else did the middle. I think the person that did the middle was a better artist than the bookend, but the art was okay as a whole. Story was good. Anything with zombies, I am a fan of. I am looking forward to reading this next part. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but I am excited to see what comes next. I may actually read the book again because that's how much I enjoyed it. So I may actually read it again because I really am excited about this DC book. So Harvey, it's good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Cody says he just read Deceased, gives it a thumbs up. Teeth Slapper says picked up 2 copies of Deceased and still hasn't read them. Brother, get around to it. If you can find time to make the time, I would say make the time. Who else? I Like Donut says he made the show. Yes, you did. How you doing, Closet Geek Vika? It is good to see you. Ross is in here. Comic Crypto Stock is in the house, trying to solicit me to buy his fantastic copy of AF-15, brother. If the timing works out, I would love to have a conversation with you about that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, so that was the answer to that question. So we're going to get to some news. I'm going to give you guys a rundown of what's going to be happening from the channel. Then we're going to get into our various drawings. And so just as a quick reminder, if you are watching this now or you're watching it back on playback and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do so that you can stay abreast of all the content that we release on a weekly basis, and also so that you can be eligible for the giveaways that we do a couple of times as a week, whether it be through GoCollect or just through me going through some bins here in the room and deciding to randomly just give stuff away, which is what we did last week and this week. And so we'll be announcing the winners of those various contests a little bit later. So today is Cinco de Mayo. And yesterday was the best day of the year for comic book fans. It was Free Comic Book Day. You guys hopefully saw the video that I released. I think it was pretty well received. I think it was well over 1,000 people have watched that video. I edited the video in like record time and got it out to you guys before I went to the soccer game. So I was pleased that it all turned out okay and it wasn't a mess up there. But Free Comic Book Day is literally one of the biggest days in the comic book industry, right? And this is a big deal, not just for comic book fans, but it's a big deal for comic book shops as well, right? And I know that the title has the word free in it, but the truth of the matter is that comic shops actually pay for these comics. They buy these comics. I don't know how much they pay, but they do buy these comics and they give them away for free to fans. They give them away as a way of enticing people to come to the shop to familiarize themselves with some of the content, to familiarize themselves with the shop as a whole, and hopefully to buy something. So I want to give a huge shout out to every local comic shop in the world, because this is not just in US, it's in Canada and it's elsewhere in the world. A shout out to every single local comic shop that participated in Free Comic Book Day. I hope that your Free Comic Book Day was successful. And there's a lot of shops that have some fantastic, crazy stuff, right? They have sales and they have wheels that you can spin and they have dress up and they have local artists come out. They have beer come out. They have all beer. They have all kinds of crazy stuff to make Free Comic Book Day special for the fans, and also to, my guess is to put them in a position to have a successful remainder of the year. So again, shout out to all of the local comic shops that participate. Shout out to all the publishers, right? There were 51 different titles across different genres that were made available to fans and you know, all ages, right? From kids all the way up to, you know, seniors like myself. And so a huge shout out to the publishers for doing what they do in terms of supporting Free Comic Book Day. A couple of people talking about some of the things that they pick up. So here's a comment from IMJ, says a lot of shop owners have gone on record stating that Free Comic Book Day costs them money rather than converting sales. And again, they tend to buy the books and then they also may put on an event. And yeah, free. So a couple of people have said, wow, I didn't realize that. So what I actually did, because and this is no judgment on anyone out there, right? But I actually went to my comic shop and I bought a couple of extra books because I know that he had money invested. So I actually bought a couple of extra books. That's why part of the reason why I got two copies of DC Deceased, because I wanted to support his effort. And I knew in that bin that he had at the front door where he's handing out these books, that is basically dollars going out of his shop. And I wanted to support the local comic shop. So just kind of keep that in mind. A few people asked me, why didn't you get this book? And why didn't you get that book? Well, part of it was I honestly felt guilty, because my guy's a good guy. He's been on this show. Juan is a good guy. And these comic shop owners put a lot of money out there, so shout out to them. Support your local comic shops. There we go. And as an aside, I want to mention this. I actually put it here in the title. There were more than 5 million comics that were actually given out, I guess, across the world. This is according to Diamond, who handles distribution. So I'm not sure if it's across the world or just North America, because that's typically what Diamond reports on. But they were saying in their press release there were 5 million copies of comics distributed across 51 different titles, I guess, out into the market. So just FYI about some of this stuff. Brandon says he bought the 1 in 50 DC Year of the Villain because it's a local vendor that doesn't get much business and there was a risk. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Brandon is supporting his shop. Joa says he spent $130. Jason says he loves his local comic shop. Marvel Joe says my local comic shop saved the ones he wanted. Yeah, so did mine. He says that his local comic shop saved the ones that he wanted because he has a pull list there. Again, this goes back to some of the things that we've talked about having these actual relationships with comic shops, because they're businesses and they will respond to loyal customers and they will take care of local customers. That's how I was able to get in the back door and snag my books for Free Comic Book Day and purchase my other books, because I have a relationship with my local comic shop. And not just this one, but a couple of comic shops. They're good business people. They're good people, and I want to be able to support them. So I hope that everyone out there had an amazing Free Comic Book Day. I've been talking to a lot of people online about their experiences. Some people waited in line 2.5 hours. Other people were kind of in and out, depending upon the time of day at which they went. But hopefully everybody had a fantastic Free Comic Book Day. Hopefully you guys also had a very good Cinco de Mayo. So let's keep this thing moving along. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going live this week, and take that with a grain of salt, because I said before last week I wasn't going to go live, and then I think I went live twice in the week. So I don't have plans to go live, but that won't stop me from going live. So definitely stay tuned for that. Mike, Wayne McDonald is in the house. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. So no live streams planned, but there was a good chance that you will see me live. Now, let me give you a rundown of some of the videos. We are doing a hunting video. I was out in Stockton, California a couple of weeks ago, and I have a video coming out about that experience going out to Stockton, California. So I would definitely encourage you to watch that video. There was some interesting stuff that happened during my time out there. And that's about, I want to say it's about an hour and some change away from my house. So it wasn't a long drive, but there was a lot that occurred. So I definitely encourage you guys to check that out. I am releasing a video this week, and it could be a controversial video. I hope that it's not, because it's not intended to be controversial. But what I want to do is I want to provide some context around a term and or phrase that we all talk about, right? Loosely, that we all talk about. And it's this phrase that low grade is better than no grade. And I don't think that philosophy, that saying, that approach is wrong. But what I want to do is I want to take some time to add some context and texture to that phrasing. Because I think when you use phrases like that, they essentially shortcut things. They're designed to summarize something. And if someone doesn't take the time to really think about it and think about the nuances in that summary statement, they could have the wrong impression. And so this video is basically asking the question of, is low grade better than no grade? So I think it's a good video. I'm going to be curious to hear what you guys think after you have a chance to listen to it. I'm also going to be talking about Here, let me pause real quick. Um, so we have Gold Gauntlet Comics. I've never seen your name before, brother, but welcome to the chat. It is a pleasure to have you. He basically says, great topic. Chris Barrett says, it depends on the grade. Well said, because when you say low grade is better than grade, well, what technically is low grade? Is that a 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 5, right? What is low grade? Let's talk about that. Scrolling down. IMJ says low grade is better than no grade if it's a high-end key or golden age book that you simply want to have an extra of, or is it a placeholder? With a smiley face. Very good question, my friend. I definitely would. I'm looking forward to hearing your response after you listen to the video, because I think that you're saying some very wonderful things there. So it's going to be interesting to hear what your thoughts are. Comic Crypto Stock says low grade is better than no grade for PC only. A couple of people are agreeing with IMJ's statement. Johnny Future says when people say that, sometimes they justify getting settling when they could do better. Maybe there is something to that. Daniel says low grade is better than lower grade. Oh man. DLE Comics, how you doing, brother? We Comic Noob says it depends on the book. Cody Jones says I'd rather have a raw book versus a slab than a horrible grade. And I think it's important to note that when I'm talking about the grade in this context, it doesn't matter whether it's slabbed or not. The book still has a grade, right? It still has a condition, right? So I'm using condition, grade, kind of sort of interchangeably. And when you watch the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. And Chaos Lord defines low grade as a 1.8 to 3. Now, some people would disagree with that. Some people would consider a 0.5 low grade, right? Or is that super low grade? Or is that sub basement, right? These are, again, when you use the term low grade is better than no grade, it is a summation of something that is a little complex. And I don't know that I'm going to peel back the onion on all of like what you guys are talking about now, but as you guys always do, I toss out these tough topics and subjects, and then we just have fun with them, because there's no wrong answer. No one's wrong, right? But it's designed to facilitate a discussion and to get people to think a little bit differently than maybe they have, right? So anyway, looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about that. The next video, I should say another video that will be released this week, is the dark side of third-party grading. Yes, sir. Not dark side, not the character dark side. There is potentially a dark side to third-party grading, and I'm going to touch on an aspect of that. And that too is a big topic. I'm only going to look at one part of it, and you guys know how I am. If something proves to be a very interesting topic, then there may be follow-up videos that will happen, because I'll look at it from different perspectives. But again, there is a dark side to third-party grading, so let's talk about that. And then a subscriber to the channel actually submitted this question to me, and he basically said, can you only be one type of collector? And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you have to just be a key collector, right? Can you only be a completist, right? Or are completists key hunters as well? Are speculators completist, or are speculators only interested in spec books that may or may not be keys? It's one of those things, right? And it's one of those things that someone asks about it, and I'm like, okay, that's actually an interesting topic, right? And so a couple of people are saying nope. So it'll be another interesting topic that, again, there's no right or wrong. Let's just have a conversation about it. And then there's a very last one that will be released this week. Shout out to Closet Geek, aka Vika, aka we are going to do our trivia night preview. Trivia night is coming up. I don't know exactly what day it'll be, but trivia night is coming up soon. So we're going to do a preview video so that you guys can see all of the books that are going to be given away. All right. So what I'll probably do is when that video goes live, I will probably put in the description when trivia night will be. I want to do it at a slightly different time so that more people can actually participate. I normally do things in the evening, so we're going to mix it up a little bit so as to allow more subscribers, or a different set of subscribers, to actually participate. So Moon Knight says, I changed my collecting habits more than my shirt. Sean says, I collect calories at McDonald's. Mark Tripp says, I started as a key only collector. Now he keeps his interest all over and he's enjoying it so much more. There you go. And again, I don't know that there is a wrong way to collect. I don't know if you are collecting in such a way that it makes you happy, that you feel satisfied with the things that you're buying. Is that wrong? And do you need to put a label on it? I don't know. I don't know. Can you just call yourself a collector? I like comics, period. I like this, I like that, but I am a collector of comics. So again, I look forward to hearing, where you guys take the conversation once I tee it up. That's always the fun for me, is to kind of see how you guys react to things. So here we go. We are going to keep this thing moving along. Here we go. We are going to give away this book right here, Silver Surfer #1. This is the limited series, 9.8 white pages. This is a really, really cool book. I want to say here, let me pop this thing open. So let me pop this thing. I'll try to share my screen here real quick. So let me see if I can do this thing and make magic happen. Do this. So I want to show my screen. So here you guys can actually see, we are going to look at the FMV associated with this book. We are over on the GoCollect website. I'm scrolling down to find this particular book that I just showed you guys a few moments ago. Hopefully my internets are working. I just clicked that and that didn't go anywhere. That's not good. It is kind of hanging up here. Hopefully we will be able to connect. Okay, here we go. So here's the individual page. This is the sales history analyzer. We're going to scroll down to 9.8. There have been 44 sales. This book is up 25.8%. If you expand that window, you can see that this book most recently sold. Is that my book? I don't know. I don't know if that's my book. This book most recently sold for $169. So again, we are trying to keep our FMV relatively healthy for the books that we give away as part of the GoCollect giveaway that we do every single week. So this book right now is a $169 book. So I want to go ahead and show you guys we're going to roll the dice in just a second, but I want to show you guys the list of individuals that are entered into this week's contest. So again, the contest actually closes every Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. I actually removed the link off of the community tab. But you can see here the list of names of individuals that are entered into this week's contest. And hopefully if you entered, you actually see your name. There were a few people that actually entered comments where they said Silver Surfer was the response. The correct response was Norin Rad. Spelling didn't necessarily count, but the Silver Surfer was not the Silver Surfer's name, right? That's what he's called, but his real name is Norin Rad. So scrolling through the list, hopefully you saw your name in there. Again, this list has been posted since earlier this morning. So we're going to go ahead and roll these dice and see what we have. So we have 11, and we are going to randomize this list 11 times. So here we go. We're going to randomize it, get the list, and you can see that there was 153 people that entered. So we're going to randomize 11 times. That's the first. Here's the second, the third, fourth, fifth. Oh, come on. Fifth. Here is the sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Here is number 10. And now we have our winner is JC the Comic Geek. JC the Comic Geek, you are the winner of a Silver Surfer limited edition, #1, 9.8 white pages. Congratulations, JC the Comic Geek. So I'm going to bring this thing back. Joa, thank you very much for that super chat. I definitely appreciate that. So we're going to stop sharing that screen, and I'll actually pop this thing back open so that you guys can see again the book that's going to be given away. The Silver Surfer #1 is going out the door. So JC, the comic geek, is going to be getting that. He is going to be getting a copy of this exclusive variant from GoCollect. Really nice 1 in 500 exclusive variant. And then he is also going to get this cool GoCollect t-shirt. So JC, the comic geek, make sure that you send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com telling me your name, your screen name, your mailing address, and your shirt size. I only have 2 sizes, large and extra large. So please let me know which of those 2 sizes you want. And then I will bundle all this stuff up and get it mailed out to you, hopefully tomorrow, if you're able to send that email to regiecollects@gmail.com. So congratulations, JC, the comic geek. You are the winner of this week's GoCollect giveaway. So yeah, it's definitely a cool book, man. It's definitely a really cool book. I dig it. I've been reading the story kind of a little bit, and I dig it, man. So hopefully everyone, enjoys these giveaways that we do. I see a lot of congratulatory comments directed towards JC. Hopefully he's not in Canada, because I'm gonna tell you, shipping to Canada is a monster. Let me tell you, I just recently shipped something to Canada, and it is a monster. It is expensive, but if I have to do it, we will do it. All right, so that is going out. And then I want to give away this book now. So this is the other book that I did a video and I released it, and I said, hey, if you want to win Moon Knight 194, send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com and tell me what DC book I just picked up. I had a ton of people that actually responded, but there was one person that responded first at 3:41 p.m. Pacific time, 3:41 p.m. Pacific time. And it was a person by the name of Hector, aka Mark's Madness 07. Mark's Madness 07. Hector, you, sir, are the winner of this right here, this Moon Knight 194 exclusive variant from IG Comic Store. So I think I have your email address and your mail. If I don't have your mailing address, Hector, please send me an email to Regie Collects and just give me your your mailing address so I can get this book sent out to you tomorrow. So Joe is a good dude. Joe is a Patreon member. He's always in the chats. And he oftentimes sends super chats to help out with things like shipping. So I'm very thankful for not just Joa, but also for all of the Patreon members that help out. I definitely appreciate you guys. I definitely appreciate that. Somebody says, I'll take it if he's in Canada. Did I ship with US postal boxes? They are more expensive. No. So I actually shipped this via FedEx. And we get a pretty hefty discount on FedEx shipments, and it was still kind of sort of expensive versus sending it across the country here in the US. I can do that for $5, and it wasn't $5 to ship to Canada. Could have been, and again, 85% off, and it was still somewhat pricey, but it was the right thing to do. All right. IMJ says, good for you on the giveaways. No. So here, let's be honest. I am the facilitator of the giveaways. GoCollect is actually the sponsor of the slabs and the exclusive variants and the t-shirts. That is them, but I am the conduit through which those things flow. This was my contribution. But that's one of the things, is that if you guys spend time watching these videos, commenting on these videos, and doing super chats and giving contributions to the channel, I want to do things for you guys to say thank you for supporting the channel. You know, that's what makes this thing fun. I think I saw someone's comment earlier today about the fact that they don't have friends locally, so they are using YouTube to enjoy the hobby a little bit more with like-minded people. And that to me is what's fun. I actually had, I don't know, a 2.5-hour conversation with a YouTuber earlier today. Had a blast just sitting and chatting. Dude was a subscriber of the channel, reached out to me and said, hey, can I buy you a cup of coffee? We spoke, I think, for was like 2.5 hours earlier today. Fantastic conversation. And again, that's what makes it really, really fun for me. So Hector, you got hooked up, brother. USPS is way cheaper to Canada. I don't know. When I looked up shipping a Gemini shipper from the US to Canada, it actually was $25 when I looked it up. So IMJ says, okay, you have a sponsor, but it's still good for you for honoring the deal. Boom. There you go, brother. That I will accept. I don't want to take credit from other people. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure credit goes where it's supposed to go. So hopefully you get that. But yeah, when I looked into shipping via USPS, it was actually pretty darn expensive, at least the way that I was trying to ship it. It was about 25 bucks to ship to Canada via USPS. So I thought it was Chris Barrett says Reggie, the middleman Simmons. All right. So we have given away the Silver Surfer 1. We've given away the very cool Moon Knight. And again, the way that this contest works is that occasionally at random times of the day, no rhyme or reason, I will release a video. And in that video, it will say, hey, if you want this book, send me an email and this book will be yours. It's a super simple way to enter a contest. And again, it doesn't require you to be here in the chat. It doesn't require you to go to a separate site. It just requires you to watch the video, enjoy the video, and just respond. And so I want to continue doing more of these. And I'll tell you, there are more of these things coming. We are going to continue mixing it up, doing different things, giving things back, because a lot of people give things to the channel and I just keep those things moving, you know? So more to come on additional giveaways. The larger we get, hopefully the more things we'll be able to give away via the channel. So I want to thank you guys. If you subscribe to the channel, thank you, because all of those subscriptions, all of those views, all of those things go a long way to helping us be able to do stuff like this. So thank you for that. So let's you guys want to see what the giveaway is for this coming week? You guys want to see what this is? Somebody says, what is GoCollect? GoCollect is the site that I'm about to show you in just a second that allows you to look up the prices of books. It is a pricing service. And we've been working together probably for 4 or 5 months now, I want to say. Pretty good sponsor, pretty good guys, pretty good website. And I find it really, really helpful, you know? Thank you, brother. Kyle is saying, make sure to subscribe to Reggie. He's a good guy. I definitely appreciate you guys. A couple of people posted up here the website for GoCollect. So I'm going to go ahead and show those. They were hidden for a second. IMJ says it's a sales data aggregator. Yes, indeed it is. So if you didn't know that, definitely check it out. Tina, how you doing? It's good to see you. So let's see what this week's giveaway is. If you guys are ready to see that. And I think many of you already saw it. I want to say many of you guys already saw it, I think in a previous live stream. So this is the book that is going to be given away this coming week. It is Iron Man 128. This is a 9.6 white pages. It is, I think, a really, really cool book. It is Demon in a Bottle newsstand. This book I love. And again, what I do is with GoCollect is I actually buy the books that I really want. And then I just give them away to you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this book while it's here. But to win this book, all you have to do is to be a subscriber of the channel. You have to watch the videos that come out over the course of the week. Look for the video that says, hey, if you want to win this book right here, do this thing. The thing that you have to do is to go to the community tab, find the post where I say, if you want to win a slab this week from GoCollect, click this link. You go to the MailChimp link, you key in your information, your email address, your screen name, and the phrase, because I always ask you to say something that you got from the video. You plug it into the MailChimp, and that's all that you have to do to enter the contest. It is relatively straightforward, for people to actually get entered into the contest. And again, the community tab is located on the main page of the website. All you have to do is go there and click it. The link for the entry is actually going to go up today. The video that will tell you the phrase will not be released until sometime between Monday and Friday, right? Between Monday and Friday, the video will be released. And then the contest closes on Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific time. So hopefully that helps you guys. And if people have questions about it, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I don't really do too many guest features, but you can actually reach out to me at regiecollects@gmail.com, REGIE collects@gmail.com. IMJ says, great Iron Man book. That's his thing. He couldn't help but notice that it looks like a leather bound. Yes. So that is a trade paperback back there. That is a leather bound. What is that book? It is, hold on. My wife actually walked in when I was holding this book for the first time, and she says, "What are you reading? The Bible?" This is a gorgeous copy. This is the complete Frank Miller Batman. It is a leather-bound Batman Year One. This thing is just gorgeous. So it's Batman Year One. It's Wanted, Santa Claus, Dead or Alive, and The Dark Knight Returns, leather-bound. This thing is just gorgeous. I absolutely love this book. So at some point, I'm going to read this thing. Right now, it is sitting on my shelf as a fantastic display piece. So definitely a really, really cool book that I'm looking forward to reading. I don't think it's ever been cracked open, to be honest with you. So there you have it. Somebody says that's a beautiful Bible. Yes, indeed it is. All right. So is that it? So the link, the post for the entry for the contest is going to go up on the community tab today, right? Don't go click on it now because the video will not be released until Monday through Friday, right? Videos always come out typically at 3:30. But the post is there. So it will be as soon as this thing ends. So if you want to look for it and make sure it's there, it will be there. And just know that as soon as the video goes live that says, hey, if you want to win this book, that you go to the community tab to enter it because a few people have still been asking that question. So I think that is it. So congratulations to JC, the comic geek. Congratulations to Hector. Both of those folks walked away with some pretty cool prizes, and definitely good luck in winning this other book. So scrolling down here, trying to read these comments here. Batman Joker fan. So Reggie can go collect, buy your books for a giveaway. So here's the thing, Can't Get Enough is asking an interesting question. So what happened was I was actually selling 6 books on the road to AF15, and I had just come in, I don't know, from an appointment or something like that, and I checked the post that I put up on Instagram. GoCollect actually offered to buy the New Mutants 98 that is sitting right there. They offered to buy the New Mutants 98 white pages, and with the understanding that if they bought it, I would give it away to a subscriber. So when I say giveaways are going to be coming, So definitely make sure that you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. You may also want to head over to Regie Collects on Instagram and make sure you're following me there. Giveaways will be coming. And to be honest with you, this was not a planned thing with GoCollect buying the book. It was honestly one of those very organic things where I put the stuff out there and was like, hey, anybody want to buy the book? They responded. I saw it 10 minutes after it was posted and was like, seriously, you actually want to buy it? Let's do it, So again, when I say that, they're good people, they really are good people, and they have a really good service that is being offered, I think, at a very affordable price. I think membership is what, $5.99 or something like that to actually get a membership to GoCollect. So definitely check it out. Can't get enough. Thank you for teeing it up, brother. I definitely appreciate that. IMJ says you rock those New Mutant subs to CGC. Yeah, man. Those books came back at some really, really high grades. I was definitely pumped about that. And we basically sold out of all the books. All 6 books were basically gone within certainly within 24 hours. They went pretty darn quick, and I think they went for fair prices for everyone. And so I have another round of books that are coming back from CGC at some point in the near future. So those books too will also be sold. So definitely stay tuned to some of that stuff. Wayne McDonald says, GoCollect rocks. Yeah, man. When am I having another community talk? What do you mean community talk? You mean like the Q&A? You mean like the Q&A? Thanks, Sully the Kings. It's good to see you, bro. Thank you for hanging out for a little bit. Yeah, house till the end. I mean, again, it was like one of those things where it happened, and I was like, are you joking? Are you serious? But again, it's just, man, it's just a lot. And I think someone said this. Someone was like, I love this community. It is a community that is really full of great people. You know what I'm saying? And I try to put positivity out there, and positivity comes back, and I think it's fantastic. I really do appreciate it. Someone says, AL says he's a subscriber, hit the notification and add it to Instagram, how to become eligible to try to win one of those books. So here's how you are eligible. Now that you've done that, the videos come out Monday through Friday, in which I say, if you're interested in winning this book, do this thing, right? And that thing is to go to the community tab, find a post where I say, hey, if you want to win this book, click this link, go to MailChimp. You go to MailChimp and you basically key in your screen name, your email address, and whatever phrase I give you, right? So this week, the phrase was in the video was, hey, if you want to win this book, tell me the real name of the Silver Surfer, right? So if you went to MailChimp, you basically keyed in your email address, your YouTube screen name, and you said Norin Rad. Then you're in the contest. That's it. That's it. So it's relatively straightforward. You don't have to do anything crazy. It is all relatively straightforward. So I'm trying to scroll through. A couple of people are asking some couple of questions. How high of a grade can a book get if it has a small rip? I don't, it depends on how significant the rip is, where the rip is, how deep the rip, right? Whether it's multiple pages or just a cover, it's really hard to say, right? Is the book a 9.8 and the rip is the only defect that the book has? There's a lot of questions that would have to be answered there to really narrow down what the potential grade might be for something like that. Thank you, JC. I definitely appreciate that. Someone asked, Marcus is asking what my best comic is. My best comic honestly might be Amazing Spider-Man number 50, just off the top of my head. And I say that because it is a book where I actually stood across the table and had Stan Lee sign. That was pretty cool. It is a gorgeous red cover. Red is my favorite color. Stan Lee was across the table, smiles a little bit when the book was slid in front of him. He signed it. And then I had John Romita sign the book as well. That is a special book because it was, it was Stan Lee, and I've always wanted to meet Stan the man. And so that was a special moment. There are many other books that are special in my collection for lots of reasons, but in this moment to that question, that would be my answer. So scrolling down, I just lost a lot of the chat. All right. So here, Party Time Comics asks, when am I jumping on again during the week randomly to talk about everything? I don't know. I don't have any live stream schedule for this week. So, bro, honestly, I may jump on one day this week and be like, hey, you guys want to talk? I can tell you it won't be Monday. Monday's going to be brutal, but it might be Tuesday or Wednesday, man. I might just jump on and just rip it, and I really, really like the live streams because we can just get on here and just chat, So again, if you're subscribed to the channel, you have notifications on. If you're paying attention to the community tab, those are the signs, right? Because what I did last time was I put a post up on the community tab and I was like, hey, anybody want to chat? A couple of people responded within like 10 minutes and then we just went live. So Party Time, bro, just definitely stay tuned. I may even on Instagram, I may go live on there and be like, hey, or put a story up like, hey, I'm about to go live on YouTube. Come on over. So maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, man. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll do another live stream about nothing, because I think that's what we call them, David says, thank you, Reg, for all that you do. Thank you, brother. I mean, again, I've said this before, and I'm saying in some videos coming up, I have some great subscribers on this channel. There are a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that I never talk about between me and subscribers, because a little bit of that stuff is kind of personal, right? But I really do feel that I have some of the best subscribers out there. I hung out, like I said, with a subscriber today for like 2.5 hours. We just sat at a coffee shop and just talked comics and YouTube, and it was fun. I definitely appreciate you guys as much as you guys appreciate me. I appreciate you guys. So just thank you, Rich. Just put some content out there. Yeah, so if people do have content ideas, man, on that community tab, occasionally I'll put a thing up where I'm like, hey, anybody have ideas? Some of the best ideas honestly come from you guys, not necessarily in the chat because it's hard for me to remember this stuff, but people sending emails and direct messages and posting comments, because I read just about every single comment. Unless I get crazy busy, those suggestions all plant seeds in my mind that sometimes materialize themselves in a future video. So Rayafella, definitely, if folks have ideas, just let me know. If you want a 9.2 or higher, you need to talk in terms of dings, not rips. There you go. IMJ. Scrolling through. Ben is in the house. How you doing, brother? Leonard says, I am not on Instagram. I don't want the temptation of pictures. Bro, I respect it. I respect it. Scrolling through. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get myself. Oh, I have not. Ramos, I have not yet read Hush. I read Deceased. I read Moon Knight. I've been reading Silver Surfer. I've been reading ASM, but I have not gotten around to Hush. And depending upon how Hush lands on me, I may do a quick video or a couple of videos on my experiences reading it, but I have not yet gotten to it. So Universe X, how you doing? It's good to see you, man. So I'm gonna get myself out of here. I want to thank you guys for making this stuff fun, man. I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate all the questions and the comments and the emails and the direct messages and all that stuff that you guys do that keep me engaged, that keep this thing fun for me. I absolutely appreciate all of those efforts. So if you guys need me, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm on Instagram for those that want to be on Instagram at Regie Collects, Regie Collects. I'm also available on an email. Email's a little bit more difficult, but it is a regiecollects@gmail.com. The reason that email's a little bit more difficult is because if I'm on Instagram, I can do typing and I can do quick videos back to you to actually answer your questions. A little bit easier, a little bit quicker than email because I just have to sit and type. And sometimes some of your questions are complicated and I can't do it via typing without, typing a book. So again, I am available if you guys want to chat. I read most of the comments that you guys post up. So there are many, many ways to reach out to me if you guys want to have a conversation. But thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of Cinco de Mayo. And I hope that you guys have a great week ahead.